In this lesson, we are going to review the definition of a verb. There are many different kinds of verbs in English, but one way to divide them up is to think of them as action verbs, helping verbs, and non-action verbs. Let's start with the most obvious category, action. These are probably the words that you think of first when you think of verbs in English. So these are actions, and we can usually see these actions taking place. So I can see when somebody or some animal is eating. I can see two people talking, or hear somebody singing, or see somebody writing. So when we think of action verbs, they're usually something that we can see. We can use action verbs in many different ways, which we'll learn about a little bit later. So those are action verbs. Another kind of verb is a non-action verb. Sometimes people call these verbs stative verbs or verbs of state because they don't show actions, they show states. These are some really common non-action verbs. Agree, remember, believe, think, understand, love, like, dislike, hate. And then all of these ones that are kind of similar related to the senses, hear, smell, taste, sound, feel, see, look. And of course, be, have, appear, need, want, seem. So these are not all of the non-action verbs in English, but this represents the most common non-action verbs. And we can see that they're non-action because if you think about it, we can't really see these things happening, not like the other action verbs that we just talked about. So these are non-action verbs. Later, you will watch some videos that explain more about non-action verbs. All right, and the last category that I want to mention is the verbs that are called helping verbs. So we have helping verbs, and they do just like what they sound like they do. So they help other verbs. So there are many helping verbs in English, but three very common ones are be, have, and do. For example, they are playing video games. Here, are is not the main verb. It's just a helping verb. It's helping this verb, playing. So the main verb of this sentence is play, playing, but the helping verb is are, which is from the be verb. Okay? How about this one, have? Have you eaten lunch? Probably not yet. You must be getting hungry. So eaten is the main verb here, but have is just a helping verb. And how about with do? Joe didn't finish his homework yet. Bad boy, Joe. So didn't here is a helping verb. The main verb is finish. So we commonly see be, have, and do as helping verbs. That means they come with another verb. But these verbs can also be main verbs, like we see here. So here, they are good. These people playing video games. You don't see another verb here. That means are is the main verb. Or he has a beard. See his beard here? So he has a beard. Here, there's no other verb. That means has is the main verb here, not a helping verb. And here, Joe always does his homework. There's no other verb here, so here, does, which comes from do, is the main verb. So these are helping verbs. And those are the three main kinds of verbs I wanted to tell you about today.